Welcome back to another episode of the Switch Survival Guide. We have spent the last few episodes building this cool floating fortress, and then we decked it out with PlantX Turrets to turn it into an all-out battleship. And today we are going to demonstrate its firepower by picking a fight with one of the most dangerous animals on the entire island, which is an Alpha Tyrannosaur. Now these guys are no joke, but we're going to see if we can kill him in a freak gardening accident using our organic vegan turrets. So why not also pick a fight with an alpha shark at the same time, just to show how overpowered this Raft Base can be. So we'll see if we can kill an alpha shark and alpha T-Rex at the same time and make it out alive and in good health nonetheless. We are also going to give you some really good tips on protecting your raft fortress and keeping it totally safe from whales, and we'll teach you how to basically guarantee that nothing ever sinks this raft that we've put so much time and effort into building. So be sure to watch the rest of this episode for some great tips and tricks on raft fortresses. So here we are right at the end of the last episode, except I now have a green pteranodon. I'll show you how I got that later on. But our PlantX turrets have just finished maturing, and it's time for us to bring them out for a test run. So the first thing I'm going to do is hold down the X button, and that allows me to access their menu. And on the bottom left, I can actually change their targeting, and this will target either all targets, survivors, wild creatures, whatever you want to set them to actually shoot at. And depending on your situation, you can set that up. Now, another option is to change its range on the top left, and I like to change that to high for all of my turrets, because most of the reason we have these turrets is to protect us from whales, and that's going to give us the longest targeting distance to slow down a whale and keep it from getting to our raft. We can also hold down X and hit the top right option to put to sleep or wake up a turret, and that is actually going to turn them on or off. If you put them to sleep, they will stop shooting anything, and if you wake them up, they'll shoot everything that's in the targeting group. So we are going to start heading down the coast here, and as you can see on the top of my screen, I've just got a scrolling list of all the dinosaurs that I'm killing. Now, if you want to get a good view, you can hold down the, it's either the A or the B button, which will pull up that radial menu. I'm sorry, the minus button should pull up the radial menu for this, and then the top left option is toggle orbit camera, and that's going to give you this really nice camera that zooms all around your raft. You cannot steer while you have that, so be sure to hit the top right bumper to switch in and out of first person view to turn that off quickly if you need to turn. But it's a pretty nice way to see behind your raft, and you can use the bottom left trigger to zoom in and the top left bumper to zoom out. So that'll make it much easier to look around. So as you can see here, I've already got some sharks attacking me. Oh, we've got an alpha shark, in fact, and that is going to be pretty dangerous. If we were in the water, we'd be toast. But since we're on a raft, we should be okay. But you'll notice it's barely moving. Now, alpha sharks are much faster than regular sharks, a lot faster. And the regular sharks couldn't even get close to us. Like, look at this gray shark back here. He is barely moving. And if our raft was moving at all, he would never be able to catch up to us, and we'll probably kill him before he can even run away. But that is basically the same thing it does to whales. When a whale comes and attacks you, it goes so slow, it's really hard for it to catch you, and as long as your raft keeps moving, you're okay. But look below our raft here. We have the alpha shark underneath us, and he's not getting hit because he's out of the line of sight of turrets. So that's the one thing you need to worry about, is if an alpha shark gets below, an alpha whale gets below your raft and comes up from beneath, he might be able to get one hit in before you slow him down with your turrets. But one hit is all it takes for an alpha whale to sink your base. So I highly recommend you never leave your base, never let it stop moving in deep water, and always keep it moving if you're out in the open water. because that's going to give you the best chance of keeping enough of an angle to where even an alpha whale should not be able to catch you by surprise by going straight underneath your base to sink it. Now, a normal whale, and alphas are very rare. By the way, this is a jellyfish, and somehow it died. I don't even know how, but, it's free biotoxin, so I'll grab some of that. We'll be using that later. But definitely keep your base always parked on the shallow beach as much as possible, because as long as it's in the shallows, the whales can't hit you. And if you keep your base in the rivers, then there is no way any whale can get up the rivers, so you are totally safe as long as you stay in the rivers. So as you can see here, I'm fighting a couple of stegosaurs, and I've actually killed both of them. Now, I don't normally even pick a fight with a stegosaur because those things can mess you up pretty badly, but we're actually doing just fine because our turrets took them down and slowed them down even slower than they normally are. So we were in great shape there. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because I had to wait for that Alpha T-Rex to kill all of those brontosaurs because he just wouldn't pay any attention to me. And now he's mad. Okay, looks like he is coming after us. Oh boy, okay. Yep, he's really coming after us now. And he's still distracted by a lot of things. He's actually picking a fight with that turtle and slowly eating it. That's great for me, actually. So we are just sinking a ton of damage onto that guy, but he's also got a little friend T-Rex next to him, which is, looks like we'll have to shoot that guy down too. But you can see how slow these Tyrannosaurs are moving. So even if we were in a river where they could easily walk along the land to attack us, they can barely move with these turrets shooting them. So it's actually very easy to outdistance and run away from even an Alpha Rex, which is faster than a normal T-Rex. You can see this normal T-Rex, like he's not even, he got like 2 feet into the water before he died. Like that was just not even a problem. But this Alpha is just kind of going crazy. I can't tell if he's running away or if he's just running, but he's definitely ticked off any way you look at it. But I'm sure he'll come back in a minute because alphas are pretty persistent. So as you can see, even if we were just trying to run away from this alpha, we would have no problem just running from him. And I recommend generally running from an alpha T-Rex, even if you've got a lot of plant species X turrets, because as soon as these turrets run out of fertilizer, they will immediately fall apart. So the second a turret fires a shot and uses up the last bit of its fertilizer, which it uses fertilizer for ammo. Every shot uses some fertilizer. But once that runs out, the plant species X turret will immediately explode, and that's going to happen later on. You'll get to see that. But, we're barely moving. We're just kind of inching forward a little bit at a time. And this Alpha T-Rex just can't even catch us. Like, he is just slowly wading through, but these turrets are slowing him down so much, he's hardly going to be able to do anything. And I'm actually going to fast forward this a lot because this is such a slow fight, because Alpha T-Rexes are just insanely hard to kill. It takes a ridiculous amount of damage to kill an Alpha T-Rex. And, whoa, that got close. Okay. But is anybody having flashbacks of the first Jurassic Park where the T-Rex is chasing them in the Jeep? This is totally like that. I wish I had a rear view mirror to watch him in. But we're moving forward really fast here because this is a slow battle. You got to be very patient to kill things with plants. But, everything is slow with plants. So he's eventually going to go down, though, trust me. But it definitely takes a very long time. And in the middle of this fight with the Alpha T-Rex, a Alpha Shark is coming back after us. So we've just been shooting this Alpha Shark a whole bunch too. And I don't know if you heard that sound, but that was the sound of one of my plant species X turrets running out of ammo, and you can barely see it on the back left there. And so what happened is it just fired too many shots and ran out of fertilizer. And when it ran out of fertilizer, the whole turret just exploded. So now I have only 2 turrets on the back side covering the back. If I get down to where I've got no turrets on the back, I am once again vulnerable to whale attacks because the back is really important to protect because whales usually come after you from behind. And a normal whale will hit you once, and there goes the T-Rex. We actually killed an Alpha T-Rex, which is quite an accomplishment, but, We didn't take any damage. We just lost some fertilizer, and he is down there below the ocean, and I hope these sharks don't eat him. Stay away from there, shark. Come on, I killed that fair and square. Oh, what a jerk. So it looks like he's going to eat my Alpha T-Rex, which is really sad because I took so much time and effort to kill that T-Rex, and then the Alpha Shark is just going to swallow him. What a jerk. But I don't dare go in the water with an Alpha Shark. That's pretty much the worst idea ever. So we're going to fast forward a little bit more as I'm going away from the scene. And I'm going to hop out the back and just see if I can see what that looks like underwater, because you can't really see underwater well. And oh boy, okay. The Alpha Shark is still coming after us, and he is coming fast. It's amazing how fast those things are. But I love just being able to run inside and close the door. Okay, and we killed the Alpha Shark. That is pretty impressive. Oh man, look at his mouth. That's so awesome. I love when this happens. Oh. Looks like that meme of that plastic Tyrannosaur. You ever seen that? Anyway, this is great. So we got some pretty nice loot out of that guy, actually, and it looks like the recipe for Lazarus chowder, which is pretty nice stuff, too. I'll teach you how to use that. You don't actually need the recipe for it, but it is good stuff. It lets you breathe underwater for a very long time. So we killed an Alpha T-Rex and an Alpha Shark, and if you look at this ocean right here, you can see that it's a very slow slope of the beach, and there's no way a whale could fit up this beach and actually sink my raft. So this is an example of a very good, safe, shallow beach that you can park your raft on and keep it totally safe from being attacked by whales. Now, even though we have these turrets and they are great defenses, and you can pretty safely stay safe from a normal whale, because after they hit you the first time, they kind of go out to the side along the surface. Oh man, we lost 2 of these plant species X turrets. So yeah, I'd say that's about time to head home. And so a whale will normally hit you, go out to the side, and then come back at you from the side. So at that point, you're usually safe because the turrets will slow it down and it won't be able to catch you. But once again, there is the very rare, probably one on the map. There's an alpha whale, Alpha Leadsichthys, and if you happen to run into that guy and he happens to come up from below you, he could still technically sink your raft. So it's still best to keep your raft parked on a nice shallow beach and still just rush across deep water as fast as you can and avoid it as much as possible. And if you really want to keep this raft base safe, just keep it in the rivers. Just only go along the coast and then get out of the water when you see a whale. And that'll keep you reasonably safe that way. So I left just one of my turrets online to keep any whales at bay, if there were any, right across that one little stretch. And I just put all of my turrets to sleep because I do not want to pick a fight with any of the herbivores on this island. If my turrets start shooting them, then they might start a gang war with their entire species, and they might kill off some of my tames, which are just out on the beach out here. So I got to be real careful not to attack any herbivores here. Also, very important, make sure that you set all of your dinos to passive before you do what I'm doing here, because if any of your dinosaurs are not on passive, if they're even on neutral, when those turrets start shooting them, they will immediately leave your raft and die. So just a heads up. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if it was, and we will see you on the next episode. Thanks so much for watching this video from the Ark Survival Guide. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can bring you more great guides like this one. Ark is an amazing game, but there is so much to learn before you can really enjoy it. We are dedicated to bringing you high-quality guides, tutorials, and Let's Play videos that are fun, helpful, clean, and suitable for the entire family. There's a tutorial in this series for everything we have done so far in this video. Check out these playlists for more episodes from this series and other guides to help you enjoy your journey on Ark.